Hey everyone, welcome to a new video in our Dominican Republic series. In this part 2, we are about to show you some of the best things you can do here in the Samana Peninsula of the Dominican Republic. We've driven east from Puerto Plata all the way to Samana and are going to show you where we are staying and some of the beaches we are going to hit. The weather's not on our side, but let's see what's the best we can do. So let's get this started. Good morning from our day 4 in the Dominican Republic. Last evening we took a pit stop and checked in the town of Cabrera at this amazing Casablanca hotel. We only booked it for a night and we are glad we did that because it's a really scenic property. White walls and really colonial style overlooking an amazing view of the town of Cabrera.
I just love the ocean view from here, and yesterday taking a dip in the pool felt so refreshing. Absolutely loving the European vibe of this place.
And we really enjoyed the sunset too. It was terrific. Finally the clouds cleared up and we could see a little bit of sunset. That was nice.
After that, we freshened up and opted to eat in. So Sakesh went ahead and grabbed us some pizza to go from restaurant Mi Jardin, and then we called it a night. And this morning we opted for the $12 breakfast. It included Dominican style eggs, fresh tropical fruits. It was super delicious, and now we're gonna head out for some adventure.
We are making our way to the Limon waterfall, and it seems like we just came at a point where there was probably a landslide. So there's a secondary road, which is not really a road, and we made it.
This Dominican chicken is so delicious. Reminds me how chicken is prepared back at my native place. So delicious and flavorful.
Alright, who's ready for adventure? We've come to Limon for a tour, a horse riding tour, all the way up to the mountain where there's the Limon waterfall. It is one of the most popular waterfalls here in the Dominican Republic. And to hike up there, it's crazy. It's 650 feet of elevation. Alright, we get started. 650 feet of elevation gain and 2.6 miles one way. So we ain't hiking that. So we thought we'll just take a horse riding tour, make it more comfortable. However, weather had different plans and it's raining. So we're just making the most of this. You said Rubio, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Rubio, yeah.
Rubio. Rubio's doing a good job so far. I hope Rubio doesn't disappoint me or hurt me even worse. What's your horse's name? Okay.
He's also a good one.
Goodbye. So seems like our luck is worse than we thought. We thought we'll just be riding in the rain and eventually get to the waterfall, but it seems like our luck is worse than it already was. There's a flash flood just where you start the trek up or the ride up to the Limon waterfalls, and it's crazy out there. So it's totally unsafe. Good that we are not hiking, and even with the horses we cannot really cross that because the flow is very heavy because of the rain. So the guy who sold us these tickets should have told us about it. So we'll try to get a refund right now, but bad luck again. Let's see what we can do for the rest of the day. Right, so after a crazy drive, probably the most treacherous, nerve-wracking drive I would say. We've also done the road to Hana, the road to the wave, but I would say this was the craziest. But after that, we're finally in Valle. Well, all of that drive was totally worth it because this is what we came here for, the Valle beach. Check it out. Samana area, we've checked into the small town of El Valle at the El Valle Lodge. That's where we are going to be spending the next 2 nights. It's surrounded by all of this greenery and this water around. I'm pretty sure there's some bug life that we need to avoid. So mosquito repellent to the rescue. But other than that, this eco retreat looks stunning. It's interesting how this place is open but still private with all that hanging roof above me. This is the bathroom right here. I'll show you in the morning because there'll be more light. Pretty unique, I would say. So since we are in a remote town of El Valle, there's not a lot of options around. So we just chose to opt for the dinner. That's for $25 out here. And how do you think that was?
It was delicious. I really enjoyed the red salad that came with some beetroot, red cabbage, papayas and a red vinaigrette. And I had fish for the main course. The fish in the coconut curry was really delicious. What about yours?
I got a repeat serving of the same salad along with zucchini and eggplant with some pesto sauce, which I think was good.
Yep. And the dessert was delicious. It was a pineapple upside down cake.
So now let's call it a night. We're already very sleepy and it's very quiet and calm out here. So
very relaxing.
Yes, so we'll just enjoy this piece from our room and call it a night. Morning from day 5 in the Dominican Republic. We are in Samana and we enjoyed our stay last night over here. We slept through tropical sounds and it was really, I would say, life-changing. Like so much peace and so much calm. You don't get that in the hustle and bustle of your everyday lives.
And I think we woke up to the sound of a number of birds.
Yes, that's for sure. Like different bugs, different birds. It's just beautiful, and with the wind, the rustling of the leaves. There was also an incident last night before we slept where a tree fell, so that's that was a little scary, but it wasn't really in our way, so no harm done over there. This morning after we woke up, we got a really scrumptious breakfast at the lodge over here.
We had delicious scrambled eggs with some grilled veggies and an assortment of bread, and those tropical fruit, and the juice was just on point. Loving the local food.
Yeah, and all of that was with a beautiful view of the marshes around. Really enjoying our stay here, but now it's time. It's a rainy day, so we're trying to again make the most of it.
Oops.
The weather's not by our side, as you can see right here, but let's see what we do today.
We drove and arrived at Las Carreras, where there are a few beaches that we can access. Before hitting the beach, we thought of fueling up, so we came to a local restaurant called La Aventura de Jean. So we're gonna grab some delicious pizzas over here and let's see how it is. The pizza was really delicious, so now it's time to pay the check. One thing to note that since we're in a remote place, credit cards may not be accepted, so do keep some cash handy.
So after that quick lunch, we finally made it to the first stop of the day. The stop is called the Las Galeras Beach and it's stunning, and the weather is by our side, so that's refreshing. The white sand out here is exactly what you see on the internet. Can't wait to take a dip in there. So we decided to wear our water shoes because there are sharp rocks even just a few steps away from the beach. Try to wear your shoes so you don't get hurt. So we now made it all the way to the Playa Rincon, which is one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my life. No kidding, there's so many palm trees lined along the stretch of this sand, all the way from one end where there's a river where there are people taking a dip to the other end where there's a beach area where people are chilling. We've set base right somewhere in between, so there's literally nobody around us, as you can see. And Chai is out there with her tube. Let's get closer to her with our drone. Time to get in the river water now, which is much colder than the beach water that we were at. Whew. It's chilly, I don't want to fall sick.
Come, baby, come.
Alright.
Good.
In case you're wondering what the scene is with the gas stations, they are manned, so it's not self-service like you see it in the US, in most states in the US. Pricing is pesos per gallon and not liters, which you might expect, so keep that in mind when you see the high price. Well, it's I don't know what day in Dominican Republic because we've been having a lot of fun.
Day 5.
Day 5. Chai remembers very well. It's time for us to check out of this amazing property. Last night was Chai's birthday dinner. I didn't mention that yesterday at all in any of the clips we took, but it was her birthday and we had a great time at the beaches and a good dinner. The staff actually prepared a chocolate cake for her, so very local, very homely, and we really enjoyed their service. So it was a nice birthday dinner for her, and now we are checking out. We just wrapped up breakfast and are just walking around to soak in the final moments here at the property.
After checking out, we drove down to Samana and thought of stopping here for some quick lunch.
We stopped at a restaurant called Valle, and the ambience is just amazing. It's super cozy and fresh over here.
Unfortunately, they have limited vegetarian options, but they do prepare vegetarian pasta. We just went with an appetizer and some sides of some veggies, tostones, and I'm glad that we had space in our dummies because we ordered dessert. It was coconut tender, creme brulee, and it was so delicious.
And with that, our time in the Samana Peninsula is coming to an end. I wish we had more time to check out some of the other notable spots, and with the weather being so iffy, we couldn't really do what we had planned, but I think we still managed to do quite a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Samana is beautiful, so definitely try to come here. I think this itself can be a big long weekend that you can do, but our time has now come to an end.
But we have more to look forward to, so now we are off to Santo Domingo and we'll show you more on that in our next video. So stay tuned, and till then, keep exploring.